Hello, we were talking about the F chord recently. Had a student having big trouble with the F chord. Well, the F chord is kind of a bully. And you know, the best way to deal with a bully is just stand up to them, I think. Unless they got a gun. Jerks. But, never mind that. Let's look at the F. In a normal guitar lesson book, they're going to show you this F right here, which is like a 3, 2, 1, 1. Playing 4 strings with your first finger laying flat. That's a F, A, C, E. And that F is got some really good advantages that you can move it up the neck like this. That was F, F sharp, and G. So it's really a good shape, and it gets easier as you move it up the neck. G sharp, A sharp, B, C. But it's still hard to lay your first finger flat on 2 strings, which is actually fascinating because that's a great rock and roll lead guitar sound. That's a hot shape, laying your first finger flat on 2 skinny strings. But the problem is when you add your middle finger, it has to curl so it does not touch the second string. So this middle finger on the A, 3rd string, 2nd fret, has to really arch. If it lays flat this way, you're going to knock out the 2nd string. But if you stand up straight on the tip, you can get the clear sounds. And then you have to stretch your ring finger up here to the 3rd fret. So covering 3 frets with 3 fingers is a big stretch for a lot of people. You know, your hand has to really open up. So these are the problems we're facing with an F. And I just made a video the other day and uploaded it about the F. I'm going to take it just a little different. That was not like basically a review. I'm going to go a little different angle. I want you to try reaching for the fat string, the 6th string, the low E string, that one. I want you to press down at the 1st fret on that string with your index finger and hit that note. That is an F. And we're going to build a chord on that note. So I'm hitting the fat string, 1st fret. Alright. Hopefully that feels okay to reach that far over the fretboard. And now, let's add the ring finger on the next string over, which is the A string at the 3rd fret. That's a C note. So we're going to put those 2 notes together. Let's play them one at a time like this. So I'm hitting the big string first, and then the next string over. And that's technically called the 6th string, going to the 5th string. And if your hand is getting tired, just take it away. Let your fingers sort of get the blood going back in the fingers, let them kind of recover, and then put your hand back on and do it again. That's called the F5 chord because you've got the 1st note in an F scale is F, the 5th note is C, and the scale sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we go to the 5th note in the scale. That's called our 5. F and C. So we say C is the 5th of F. Or F's 5th is C. And that's a power chord. It sounds like rock and roll. Or punk rock or heavy metal or whatever you want to call it. Alright, that's a good sound, and that is an F5. Let's add one more note. Is your hand okay? Go ahead and wiggle your fingers if you need to. Alright, we're going to go back to that F5. It's a F plus the C. Get used to that. It's an important shape. You're going to really like it. And add your pinky on the 4th string, 3rd fret. That is another F. So we got 3 strings going on now. Sounds like this. The 6th string, 5th string, 4th string. Keep stretching. Do this every day. You'll get really good at it. Now you've got one more string, bigger sound. 3 strings, better than 2, isn't it? Sometimes. Alright, I hope your hand's doing okay. I have a Donald Trump size hand. Just average, normal, not huge. But luckily I've been doing this for many years, so my hands still can stretch a little bit. Mainly just keep working on it. Alright, we're going to add one more note. This is the middle finger going to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. That's an A. 3rd string, 2nd fret, A. That's the 3rd note of the scale. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 3rd is A. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. So 1, 2, 3. But we're just going to play a higher A. This one, instead of the open A. That's our 3rd interval. To make a major chord, you need a root, 3rd, and a 5th. So if we put these all together, you got your root, the 5th, another root, and a 5th, or excuse me, 3rd. La. So you need that 3rd to kind of mellow out the power. The F5 is kind of like a commanding, punchy sound. You add that 3rd, it's a little more of a sympathetic note. So the 5th is really dominating, and the 3rd is more melodic. And you put them all together, and it all sounds beautiful. And that's a lot of pressure on the left hand. You really got to squeeze to handle that. So you got to get your muscle memory where you can just grab that. If you're struggling, remember everybody struggles with this at first. So see it through. Keep working. You're going to get this. So you're almost there. You've got 4 out of 5 strings started working on. The next thing, as you're reaching over to that big fat F note on the 6th string, your index finger could just lay flat across all 6 strings. Kind of make a clamp with your 1st finger. And you're going to keep your index finger really straight. Don't bend it like that. Keep it super flat and straight. Alright, ready? Crunch down on that fret. 1st fret, then add that middle finger on the A note, ring finger on the C note, pinky on the F. This shape looks just like an E, actually. But using different fingers, and it's 1 fret higher. It's a shape. Shapes are what makes everything easy to think about on guitar. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to know what's going on. Alright, so that's what you got to do to build an F chord. F, C, F, A. Lay your index finger flat, and you got a C and an F on the skinny string. So fret numbers are 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. Index finger's getting a total of 3 strings by laying flat. You're putting most of the pressure on the fat string and the 2 skinny strings. You don't have to, crush all 6. You can curve your finger just ever so slightly so that you're putting more pressure on the fat string and the 2 skinnies. Middle finger takes 3rd string, ring finger takes 5th string, pinky takes 4th string. That's your F. Now you're suffering, it's hard, I know, but here's the payback. You're going to be able to go F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. These are easier than F too. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E way up high. All right, get crazy on your F chord. I hope that wasn't too hard.